everybody, it's Joy with joyslife.com, and today I'm going to show you how to assemble the cupcake holder from the Superman cartridge. I had a question from somebody on my website about how to do that, so figured I'd answer it in video. Here's this cute cartridge, really sweet little thing, and this is actually what we're going to be making. That's the cupcake cartridge, the cupcake holder. So what I've done is I've gone ahead and cut the things out. So we have this piece. Let me move some of these things out of the way. We have this one big piece here that is not attached yet, and we're going to use our little instructions from this to figure out how it all goes together. These are the pieces I've cut out. I cut out this big piece at 7.5 inches. I cut everything at 7.5. It made it easy. It was big enough. I tried it at 3.5. It was way too small. So I cut this out in black. So here's that. And look, didn't that cut nicely? I used my Cricut Expression 2, the little anniversary edition that I have. But you can cut this cartridge with any Cricut that you have. There's the other piece. That comes from right there. As you can see, I cut them out in exactly the same colors that they're shown. Well, except for that. But it is kind of blue right there, if you can see that. That was just for ease of cutting and to do it quickly, because I'm in the middle of another project. I need it done really fast for my niece whose birthday is today. So this piece is the background here, and then we're going to adhere some little letters that we have to that, and this little guy right here is part of that. And there's some lettering. Lettering's a little hard to read, but that's okay. We're going to use it anyway. So let's go ahead and start assembling everything. All right, the first thing I'm going to do is score this little piece. Do you see all of these little kind of cuts that are in our little piece of paper here? Well, those are all to be scored. So what you do is you run a bone folder or whatever you have that's a scoring tool over this. Not this, don't worry about this. This is where your cupcake's going to sit. Isn't that cute? Anyway, so we're going to score all these little pieces and then you bend them in. If you use a scoring tool, it helps give it a nicer crease. So what I have right here, and we'll just sit this right on top of everything. Well, maybe not everything, it won't lay flat. But what I'm going to do is just put this piece in here and then I will score it. This little black thing here is a scoring blade. Now, in the particular Fiskars trimmer that I'm using here, it comes with, this is the regular blade to cut things with, and a black scoring blade. There are other things you can use. You can just use a bone folder, which looks like, let me pop this out of this thing. Ta-da! Bone folder. Okay, it looks like that, and you just score the lines. Okay, so you don't have to have that. And this is, well, I can't even get it in the shot, but this is a Score Pal. So what happens is you lay your things down and then you run your bone folder down and it helps you do that. I also have, one second, the Martha Stewart scoreboard. This is really nice too. You don't need all of these things. I own them all because first I thought I needed one thing, then I decided I want to try something else. Then Martha Stewart came out and I had to have this, so you don't really have to go crazy like that. They all do the same job. I do really like this one though. It's very simple, but you know what? They're all pretty simple. And one thing nice about this Fiskars trimmer is that it's multifunctional, so you can cut. Of course, you can use a cutting blade and a lot of different things, but this is nice. You can carry it around. It's pretty portable. You can cut with it, take it to your classes and all that good stuff, and also score. So let me get to scoring. Okay, I've scored everything, and now we're just going to start bending it. And you can also run the bone folder across after you've scored it just to make a really super nice line there. But I don't even know what I'm going to use this for. I'm really just doing this to show my friend who emailed me and asked how to do this. I'm just doing this to show her how it's done. So, maybe I'll find a good use for it. I could probably give it to my nephew. I'm sure he'd like it. But then that means I have to make a cupcake, right? It's like Cookie Mouse. You know the story. If you give a mouse a cookie, then he asks for a glass of milk, and all his adventures after you give him milk. That's sort of like crafting, right? You buy something, you need something else. Cookie Mouse. All right, so this is almost totally ready. And now all I have to do is fold it up. And really I'm letting it do the work for me a bit. It's telling me or showing me by its folds how it's going to best go together. Now sometimes it takes me a couple of tries to make sure I get it. But that looks about right. Okay, so that makes a little box. Yeah. So then we'll just glue that closed. Okay, so you see how that works? Just a skinny little box there. And there's the hole. That's what your cupcake is going to sit in. So now we just need to figure out what this piece does. So let me figure that out. I bet it goes like that or something. Let me look at the picture. Oh, okay. I'm thinking it helps hold this on. So I'll take a look at that. All right, I still haven't glued everything closed, but I did figure out, I think, how this is supposed to go. This is that flat piece, and what I did was it's got little pieces on it that can stick right into the sides. So you see how that is? I know it looks a little strange, but I think it's to keep the little building that you're going to have on the front from hitting your cupcake. See? So that's what makes sense to me anyway. There are some score lines, and I may have just done this wrong, but I never could figure out what these little score lines are for. I didn't score them, so we're just going to put it together and call it done and perfect. No, just kidding. At least done, right? Well, so this is how it would still go, just like the box I showed you previously, but now we have that weird little poke out front there. And then what we'll do is, let me get this piece up. We'll stick it down just like that, okay? So then we'll have the little black piece on it and all that good stuff. All right, so now I'll tape everything together and then we'll assemble the rest of it. I decided to use my ATG gun on the sides of this little box just to make it a little bit more sturdy for holding a cupcake or whatever. And I also used glue dots because there were tiny little tabs that needed some help. And it's holding pretty well. I kind of need to squeeze it in a little bit more, but it's hard to squish in the sides of a box without crushing it, so there we go. You could also try the Zig two-way glue pen, but I don't feel like it would hold quite as much. That's really for other little things that don't need a really super strong hold. Try zip dry paper glue. That stuff is great. Okay, here I go running this through the Xyron, and it's so simple. You just run it through like that, and then cut it off. Ta-da! Okay, now we're just going to tear off the backing, and then I'm going to stick it to the little gray piece. So there's that. That's all my garbage. Plop. Okay, so now we've got this. Now I'm just going to take this right off, and we're going to stick it to the gray background. Yay! Okay, it may seem like a lot of waste sometimes when you have to throw away some of that Xyron stuff that you're not using, but I tell you what, it almost doesn't matter because it's such a help and time saver when you have little weird pieces like this. You could use the Zig two-way glue pen for this, but I just find it easier to use this sometimes. Okay, look what a cute little building. Yay, love that. So you see now it's going to go like that. Can you believe how cute that is? That is really adorable. Okay, I'm starting to fall in love with it now. And now I'll do the lettering, and I'm going to glue it on there. I don't think I need that piece that came with this, but oh wait, maybe, sure I do. Yeah, for the Superman S. All right. Okay, well I'm going to glue those together. I'll go ahead and get each of these little letters that we have over there stuck to the black piece, and I won't make you watch that because that'll be boring. Now I've got the able on there, so I'm just peeling these little letters right off and sticking them down. I found it useful to look at the front of this box because it's easier to tell how the letters are supposed to look on here. Because in that picture and the booklet, they're just too small. Okay, now I've got everything stuck together. So I just need to put able to leap right in the middle. Let's see. We'll look at the thing and see how it goes. All right, right across there. That's about right, I think. There we go. And what I've done is just use some little glue dots here on the back to make everything stick, so it's already stuck on the back. And then we'll just put that in the middle. So then next thing we have to do is just put this piece on here, and we have our little cupcake maker. Perfect stand-in for a cupcake, a fake frog. So you get the general idea. Your cupcake, or in this case, frog, will sit right in there, oops, somehow, and you know, when it's an actual cupcake and not a frog, it fits a lot better. So you'll have your cupcake in there, and then there you go. I hope you guys have a great day. Keep coming to see me at joyslife.com. Bye!